Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into something that can completely change the game for your dealership. We're not just talking about F&I profits. We're talking about turning your F&I department into a serious wealth-building engine, one that can create real generational wealth for you and your family.
So, let me ask you this. Right now, is your F&I department just selling products, for a quick profit? Or is it actively, strategically building your personal wealth? The gap between those two ideas, well, that's everything we're going to cover today. It's a total mindset shift, from just making money to creating a real, lasting financial asset.
And get a load of this number. Your sales or service departments, they might bring in a profit of what? 5, maybe 15%? But a really well-structured F&I department, it can kick back a staggering 80% to your bottom line. That's not just another profit center. That is the engine for your dealership's growth and your own wealth. All right, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at what this F&I profit engine really is. Then, we'll get into the 4 main program structures you can choose from. After that, we'll put them head-to-head so you can see the differences. And finally, we'll talk about how you can pick the absolute winning strategy for your operation. So, what is this engine I keep talking about? It's all about reinsurance. And put simply, reinsurance is what allows you, the dealer, to get a piece of the underwriting profits and the investment income from all those F&I products you sell. So instead of all that money going to some third-party insurance company, a huge slice of it comes right back into a company that you own. You basically become a partner in the whole insurance game. Let's start with the simplest option on the table, the retro program. You can think of this as the set-it-and-forget-it choice. It's totally performance-based, and here's the key. There's zero upfront risk for you. It's a fantastic way for smaller dealerships or anyone who's just kind of dipping their toes into this whole profit participation thing to get started without any of the heavy lifting or administrative headaches.
Okay. Next up is the Controlled Foreign Corporation, or CFC. And honestly, this is the most popular structure for a reason, especially for established dealers. You set up your own offshore company, which gives you a ton of control over your investments, and more importantly, unlocks some incredible tax benefits through what's called the 831B election. And you might be thinking about risk, right? Well, these are all backed by a special insurance policy, a CLIP, that protects your company if claims get too high.
Now, for all of you who want to be in the driver's seat for absolutely everything, there's the Dealer-Owned Warranty Company, or DOWC. With a DOWC, you're not just getting a piece of the profits. You are the warranty company. It's a US-based corporation that gives you the absolute maximum control. But, and this is a big but, it also means you're taking on the highest level of risk and a pretty hefty administrative load. And that brings us to the newest evolution on the block. The Super CFC. This thing is a brilliant hybrid. It gives you the flexibility and the unlimited scale of a DOC, but with the much simpler and faster setup of a traditional CFC. It's really designed for those high-volume dealers and big dealer groups who are starting to blow past the premium limits of a standard CFC and need something that can grow right along with them. Okay, so we've met all the players. Now let's really put them side by side and see how they stack up. This is where the light bulbs usually go on, and you can start to see which one of these really lines up with your dealership's goals for risk, for control, and of course, for profit. The easiest way to frame this is on a spectrum. On one end, you've got the retro program, super low risk, but that also means a lower potential reward. And on the complete opposite end, you have the DOWC, maximum control, but it comes with that high risk. The CFC and Super CFC, as you're about to see, they sit right in that sweet spot in the middle, offering a really powerful balance.
And here's where all those trade-offs get crystal clear. Just look at the risk level row. The retro is the only one with none. As you move to the right, towards a CFC or a DOC, yeah, your risk goes up. But look at the dealer control row. It goes way up too. And the real game changer is often in the tax treatment. That 831B election for the CFC is a unique advantage, while the DOC and Super CFC lets you defer federal taxes. You can see how each one is really built for a different kind of dealer.
One of the biggest factors in all of this really just boils down to a simple question. How much control do you actually want? If your goal is to have maximum say over your investments, how claims are handled, the whole strategy,
then you're definitely looking at a DOC or a Super CFC. But if you'd rather have a more hands-off approach that still gives you great returns without all the day-to-day management, then a CFC is an incredibly powerful choice.
Okay, so we get the options. Now for the most important part, making the right call for your business. And this isn't about picking the best one on paper. It's all about picking the one that's the perfect fit for your sales volume, your plans for growth, and your vision for the future.
So how do you do it? Well, you follow a pretty clear process. First, you've got to assess your premium volume, both now and what you expect it to be. Second, be real with yourself about your growth plans. Are you looking to acquire more stores? Third, you need to get clear on your tax strategy. And fourth, and trust me, this one is non-negotiable, you have to consult an expert. A partner, like our friends at Elite FI Partners, can actually model all of this out for your specific dealership so you're not just flying blind. This brings us to a huge fork in the road for a lot of growing dealerships. The micro CFC, with those awesome 831B tax benefits, is amazing right up until you smash into that $2.85 million annual premium cap. The second you think you're going to blow past that number, the Super CFC becomes the obvious choice. You trade that specific 831B benefit for unlimited growth potential and way more operational control. And making that choice the right way helps you dodge these common traps. So many dealers get stuck in a structure that just doesn't fit, or they forget to plan for future growth, or they sign up with a provider who doesn't really teach them anything. A great partner isn't just going to set up a company for you, they're going to help you watch your performance, manage your risk, and navigate all the complex rules and regulations.
This quote really says it all, doesn't it? Do not step over dollars to pick up pennies. Choosing a structure that saves you a little bit of money right now but is a terrible long-term fit, that's a classic mistake. Making a short-sighted choice like that can cause massive headaches down the road, especially when you're thinking about your exit strategy or your next phase of growth.
So, as we wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with this one question to really chew on. Is your current profit-sharing program just built for today? Or is it truly built for your future, to support your dealership's growth and create that generational wealth you're working so damn hard for? Your answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know.